my 2020 Ford F250 Super Duty truck, and today I'm going to install an amplifier, and my objective is to install the amplifier without cutting any of the wires or drilling any holes into the body. Now, how I plan to achieve this is by using a loopback harness, and I got this one here from LLJ Custom Car Audio Fabricators. It's really a nice setup. It comes with this T-harness. You unplug your harness from your head unit, and one side of this harness plugs into the radio, and then the plug that you unplug from your head unit plugs into this other plug, and then off of the T harness into your speakers. The kit also comes with this extension wire, and these plugs here plug into these plugs here. You route this to the back of the vehicle or wherever you're mounting your amplifier, and then you terminate these wires to your amplifier. Now, the kit comes with this card which explains all of your inputs and your outputs. Everything's labeled really well. The back of the card, it tells you that the wire bundle that has the blue color logo on it is the signal side from the source. This one here, this would be the input to your amplifier, and then this one here would be the amplified signal from your amplifier back through the harness and then into your factory harness that you unplug from your head unit through one of these plugs, and out to your speakers. So let me show you my plans. I plan to mount the amplifier behind the back seat here, and a lot of people don't know this, but there's a latch behind this bench seat that will allow this seat to swing forward. This is the latch here. It doesn't come with this release strap on it. You have to first time reach back there, and there's a little button on the side that you pull up to release it. And then I bought this little kit which puts a strap on there to make it easy to unlatch it when you want to go back there. So that's how it's going to mount. So I'm going to run my power wires down the driver's side of the vehicle. You have to take all this molding off. There's like a channel in there that you can run your wires in. And same in the front. And then to get my power wires to the battery, there's a grommet down here, pretty good sized grommet. I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's right here. So I plan on poking some holes through this rubber grommet and shoving my wires through here. And then there's the grommet down there. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's right in that area. Yeah, you can see it. So I'm going to pull the wires, the power wires through there, and then I'm going to mount my circuit breaker. There's a bracket right here. It's already got holes in it, and I'm going to use those holes to mount a little adapter bracket. Mount my circuit breaker right here. And then it's just a little short run over here to the battery. On my signal and speaker wires, I'm going to run down the other side of the vehicle, same way, except for it's going to go along the back from the amp, down the passenger side, and then come up and under behind the dash to the head unit. And when I get to that part, I'll come back and show you how the dash comes apart. It's not too hard, pretty easy actually. And I'll show you how the harness plugs in. Alright, I'm back. So I got my power wires run. I ran it like I said. Comes on down here to the circuit breaker, where I made a little bracket. And I went down through the firewall, through that grommet. Right there. One thing that I found is there's like a nub on that grommet, and if you cut it off, it's a pretty good size hole, and if you soap up your wire and shove it through, it goes pretty easy. There's the amplifier mounted. These are my power cables. When I ran the power cables, I kind of ran them up and around and down. Left me some slack in case I ever need it. And then here's my harness, my loopback harness extension wire. And these wires here, these are to the subwoofer under the back seat. These are my inputs, speaker outputs. There's my remote turn on power wire. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to take the dash apart. Alright, so I kind of took most of the screws out and everything and unsnapped stuff to make it easy to show you this with one hand. But on my model truck, it's got this mat in here. Take this mat out. Some of you might have center speaker. Mine doesn't have a center speaker. So then you got these two 7mm screws right here. The head unit, and it's got 4 7mm bolts in it too, screws. Take them out, and then you can pull your radio forward. Alright, here's the loopback harness wires that I ran. I'm plugging this plug right here, and looks like this one's going to plug in here, and then this one is going to plug into here. I don't know if I could do this with one hand. Let me set this phone down for a minute, and I'll be right back. You can hear it. You hear it snap in, and then the harness that plugged into the head unit will plug in to here. All right, that's all plugged in. So here's what it looks like when everything's plugged in. You got the T harness connectors connected to that extension harness that goes to the back to the amp. You got one side of the T harness plugging into the head unit. You got the other side of the T harness connecting to the original OEM harness. Alright, now we're going to tuck everything back up in there. See that little hole right there? The back of the head unit plugs in right there into that hole that kind of steadies it back up. So now all there is to do is put it all back together, reverse order, and test everything out and tune my amplifier. If you're planning on installing an amp in your truck or your car, I would highly recommend getting you one of these loopback cables. You know, it prevents you from cutting up your OEM harness, avoiding warranties and such. Plus all your controls that are on your steering wheel and your sync and all that'll still work. So yeah, that's it. If you're planning on doing one, good luck to you. It's rewarding, and when you're all done, to know that you did it yourself.